The underworld in Greek mythology, as in all others, was a dark and spooky place. The souls of the dead were sent there on their last journey. The kingdom was not insignificant in size, and there were 5 rivers flowing through it. About one of them we will talk in this video. The Odyssey tells us that the river Agony was used to transport the departed. Of course, there is another version where the transport of souls is carried by the river Styx. In any case, the carrier is Charon. He looks like a grim old man. River Agony, associated with the element of air, corresponds to the south. In this river, 2 more flow into it. One is Phlegeton or Phlegeton and the other is Kokitos. Agony is described as a sad place, with deep waters and rocks protruding here and there. In the course of time, the name of Agony was called Hell. It gave birth to Askelath, who became the gardener of Hades. This legend appeared in the Middle Ages in the folklore of the ancient Irish. According to it, one nobleman, notable for his good manners and courage, was not blameless. So one day, he fell asleep in his own girlfriend's house. In an unconscious state, he was for several days. And when he woke up, he told about his journey. As it turned out, the guardian angel gave him a tour of the underworld. There the representative of the nobility saw a monster called Agony. This monster was taller than any mountain. Its eyes were fiery and its jaws were enormous in size. It contained 9,000 legs. Its jaws were held open by 2 men. These strong men resembled giants. 3 throats led into the gut of the monster, and each of them spewing fiery flames. It has 3 tongues that wriggle like snakes. In the monster's womb are the souls of the swallowed and cursed. They scream in terror, asking for help. When the guardian angel left the nobleman, he found himself among the doomed souls who dragged him after them into the womb of Agony. There was darkness, horror, intense heat due to the constant eruption of flames on one side and terrible cold on the other. There were dogs, bears, snakes, and lions. In this legend, hell is represented as a monster, and this monster was Agony. From a river flowing through the realm of the dead, he was transformed into a titan, who was punished and now performs the function of absorbing souls. According to earlier texts, this titan is located at the South Pole, right under the constellations of the Antipodes. In the 1st millennium BC, the Etruscans inhabited the Apennine Peninsula. In their mythology, Agony was also mentioned. In the books of destiny of these people, Agony was described in which a sinner would drown. The soul of such a person will be consumed by heat and cold, bitten by snakes and insects. In Hindu mythology, there is the goddess Kali. This goddess is quite aggressive, and her helper is Agony. It is a beast with a huge head and its body is covered with scales. If the goddess decides to destroy someone, she can unleash Agony on him. The victims of the goddess are sent to the womb of Agony, where heat and insect bites await them. Only Shiva can save the unfortunate. Hindus, especially those living in Bengal, turn to Shiva for help when a person of young age dies. The relatives of the deceased ask the god to save him from Agony. Then, the deceased will be resurrected and can return home. Agony, a spooky place in the realm of the dead, which became both the personification of the afterlife and transformed into a huge monster, which is present in the mythology of different peoples. Devoured by Agony, irrevocably plunged into the abyss of suffering and horror. And different peoples, these sufferings are described in the same way. There are flames and cold and creepy insects biting the martyrs. And it doesn't matter at all what form Agony appears in. It can be just a river in Hades. It could be a titan sent to the realm of the dead as punishment. He could be the assistant of an ancient goddess. In any case, it is always associated with death. It brings suffering, brings horror, plunges into darkness and hopelessness. Home.